Every small town has that one house. The house that parents warn their children about and teenagers visit only on a dare. In the quiet, fog-drenched town of Oakhaven, that was the Blackwood estate. In the winter of 1974, the entire Blackwood family, Arthur, his wife Clara, and their 8-year-old daughter Lily, simply vanished. No struggle, no ransom note. Just a half-eaten Sunday roast still sitting on the dining table, left to rot as the years turned into decades. I'm Elias, a professional urban explorer and photographer. I specialize in documenting the places time forgot. I've stepped into abandoned asylums and walked through the ruins of flooded towns. But nothing, absolutely nothing could have prepared me for what was waiting for me in that basement. Because some secrets don't just stay buried, they wait for someone to turn on the light. The front door of the Blackwood place didn't just creak, it groaned, a heavy wooden sound that echoed through the empty halls. The air inside was thick, smelling of mothballs, old paper, and a strange metallic tang that made the hair on my neck stand up. My flashlight beam cut through the darkness, illuminating dust motes that danced like tiny spirits in the air. As I moved through the foyer, I saw family portraits where the faces had faded into gray smears. It felt like the house itself was trying to forget who had lived there. I found the basement door tucked behind a heavy velvet curtain in the kitchen. It was locked from the outside with a heavy iron bolt. That was the first red flag. You don't bolt a basement door from the outside to keep people out. You do it to keep something in. The stairs were treacherous, half-rotted wood that complained under my boots. As I reached the bottom, the temperature dropped significantly. My breath hitched in the air. The basement was a graveyard of broken furniture and rusted tools. But in the very center of the room, standing under a single, bare light bulb, was a massive object covered in a thick black shroud. Curiosity is a dangerous thing for someone in my line of work. I grabbed the edge of the fabric and pulled. Beneath it was a mirror, 6 feet tall, with a frame carved from dark, twisted wood that looked like intertwined fingers. But the glass, it was impossible. In a house where every surface was coated in half a century of filth, this mirror was pristine. It was so clear, it didn't look like a reflection, it looked like a doorway. I raised my camera, looking through the viewfinder to adjust the focus. That's when the world shifted. In my camera's digital screen, I wasn't looking at a dusty basement. I was looking at a brightly lit room. I saw them, the Blackwoods. They were sitting at a table just behind where I stood. They were frozen, their faces etched with a look of pure, unadulterated terror. Then, the little girl Lily moved. In the reflection, she slowly turned her head toward me. Her eyes weren't eyes anymore. They were solid black pits. She walked toward the glass and pressed her hand against it from the other side. A wet, muffled thud echoed through the silent basement. Thud, thud. She wasn't looking at me. She was pointing at the rotted floorboards directly beneath my actual feet. With my heart hammering against my ribs, I grabbed a rusted crowbar from a nearby workbench. I pried up the wood where the girl had pointed. Hidden in the dirt underneath was a rusted tin box. Inside was a journal and a stack of Polaroids. The last entry in the journal, dated the night they disappeared, was written in a frantic, shaky hand. "It's not us in the glass anymore." It started with Lily. She stopped eating, stopped talking. Then I saw her, the real her, screaming from inside the mirror. "They are swapping us out. If you are reading this, don't look into the glass. Break it. For the love of God, break." The sentence ended in a jagged smear of ink. I looked back at the mirror. In its place stood a version of me with that same jagged, inhuman grin. He reached out, his fingers passing through the silver surface like it was water. I didn't stop to think. I threw the crowbar at the glass and ran. I heard the sound of 1,000 diamonds shattering behind me, followed by a scream that didn't sound human. I burst through the front door and didn't stop until I reached my car. I haven't picked up a camera since that day. But here is the terrifying part. Every time I pass a window, a store display, or even look at my phone screen, I see him. He's standing just a little bit closer to the surface every time. The Blackwoods never left that house. They were just moved to the other side. And I think I'm next. If you enjoyed this mystery, make sure to like and subscribe to MOL's story. And tell me, have you looked in the mirror lately? Are you absolutely sure it's really you looking back?